Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, there are aspects of you that have strengths and there are aspects of you that have weaknesses. The same way that you have friends that have strengths in certain arenas where you do not, and there are strengths that you carry and embody that they do not, you can lean upon one another to build a community where you do not feel that you must be the strongest in all areas. Beloved, allow yourself to flourish where you have strength, where you have mastery, where you have fortitude, and then take what you consider to be a less fortified aspect of beingness and come to a friend who has strength in that context and ask them to teach you, so that you do not look upon it as a deficit of character, rather than you look upon yourself and you are able to say, as Sahana Grace does, on a scale of 1 to 1,000, if you will. Here is where I am strong, and here is where I feel more weakened. But beloved, you can bring it to a level where you do not feel that it is, as you are walking, a hole that you keep continuing to fall within. You can walk and fall in the hole. You can walk and go around the hole, or you can walk in a different direction. This is a story that Sahana Grace had heard once. If you continue to walk down the street and keep falling in the hole, walk down a different street, beloved. If you know that there is an aspect of you where you feel fragile, let's say you are attempting to resolve an addiction. If you know that alcohol is something that you feel that you have no control over, beloved, stop going to bars, stop buying bottles of liquor. If you know that food is something that is challenging for you, and you know, as in Sahana Grace's case, that pizza is your favorite food, stop going to the pizzeria. Beloved, if you know that you weep uncontrollably when watching certain movies, beloved, stop watching those movies. If you know that every time that you feel well, you will call one of your family members to bring you back down inside of your comfort zone because that feels more familiar. Start to notice these behaviors, beloveds. Notice what you do to bring yourself back down to what feels comfortable, and ask for guidance to step outside of what you have considered to be the ego's comfort zone. Start to look at the places where you say, I cannot step outside of that boundary, or I do not, or would not, or could not recognize who I would be if I did that. If you are one who does not hug, beloved, find someone to hug today. Find someone who is very good at hugging and say, could you please teach me the properties of hugging? You have many, many masters within this community, this Essene community, which is being brought back together, and it extends far beyond where you even have allowed yourselves to remember or to recall yet. So, beloveds, we would ask you to go to another and say, can you teach me what it is that you seem to do so well? It is much as Hathor had referred to of the reapportioning of aspects of beingness, beloveds, so that you do not allow your mind to say, oh no, this is where I am weak. Oh no, this is where I am not good. If one is a better writer than you, maybe you would ask them to write for you, or you would ask them to help you. If you have problems spelling, if you have problems speaking, if you have problems whistling, if you have problems riding a bicycle, find someone who is more talented, if you would, in this area, beloved, and allow yourself to shore up what you have considered to be your weaknesses. Does this concept translate easily as we are speaking it, beloveds? This will allow your egoic mind to stop saying, ah, but I am bad at this. Ah, but I am not good at that. Ah, but here is my weakness. And instead be able to say, I may not yet have mastery of this, but I am heading in that direction. Can you feel, beloveds, how that would make you feel? Begin to question, why has it been so important for me to feel like I keep failing in this direction? The question we would ask you, beloved, is, why is it that you are so adorable? Why is it that you are so gifted? Why is it that you are so magical? Why is it that you are so miraculous? And you would say, because that is how God created me. Look to what it is that makes you gracious. Look to what it is that makes you kind. Look to what it is that makes you beautiful. And know that God has created you that way. Beloveds, we are moving into and through a threshold of consciousness that will alter the entire landscape of what you have known to be your reality. You want to go in there with as much of your burdens and your heavy loads that have been shifted and shrugged away like Atlas did. You do not need to carry the burdens of the world upon your shoulders or upon your backs or upon your hearts or upon your minds or upon your words, beloved. Let the words that you speak be without complaint. Let the words that you speak be without criticism. Let the words that you speak be loving words, speaking of yourself and others. For it is that love that is the truth of you, and everything else is the play, the ego drama that you have created with your minds, beloved, and is indeed a time to leave all of that, to let it all go. So if you lack confidence, go to one with an exuberance of confidence and ask them, what makes you so confident? Become curious, beloveds, rather than criticizing one and saying, oh, well, seem arrogant. Go and ask them, how have you become so confident? How are you so good at the things that you do? Open yourself to the inquiries to understand that these are all indeed aspects of your very mind. And you look upon them as being separate from you. You look upon them as being other than you. Beloveds, find what is similar between the two of you. Find a way that you can create a bridge between the two of you. Ask for assistance. Think how when someone comes to you and says, you are very good at this thing. Would you teach me how to be good as well? There is a place inside of your heart that softens. And the generosity that is your nature, the nature of love, is to say, I would be happy to impart all that I know to you. Let us do this together and take each other's hands and take each other's arms, beloveds, and walk back towards the garden that you have never left and allow yourselves to remember together. For that is the charge of the day. Blessings to you always, precious and beloved beings. Know that we are here to walk this journey with you. Ask us for assistance, beloveds. Ask us to show you. Pray to us aloud. Ask us to help you. We are here to do that always. Blessings to you, brothers and sisters. We are all one in God. I love you, and I will speak with you again.